Today we're going to learn how to display our printables. A lot of people make printables, but they don't know what to do with them after they've made them. They don't know how to display them or show them off so someone can buy them or download them. And you go on Etsy and you see these beautiful items for sale and these gorgeous photography, but you're really not sure. I mean, do we just print out our printables and take pictures of them out, spread out on a table? Like, what do you do? Well, that is an option, but there's a better option. So I'm going to show you what I do to display my printables. And if you go and look at my shop, I have two Etsy shops, but this is my Etsy shop for moms, and I've got all kinds of displays here that you can see. I've got pretty much everything is showing you exactly what you're going to get. So it's pretty much showing you the image as if it was printed out, but it's doing it all digitally. This here is an entire digital item that is not to be printed out. It is, I mean, you can, but for the most part, this is actually all staying on your iPad or computer. So this is not something obviously you're going to be able to print out and take pictures of, but you can still display it. And this is using what we call mock-ups. So we're going to go over that today. I'm going to show you how to display your printables without a mock-up and how to display them with a mock-up. So to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're talking about, mock-ups, if you go on Etsy and just put in mock-ups, you can see there are mock-ups for just about everything. There's mock-ups for t-shirts, for frames, you got them for mugs and all kinds of things. If you kind of scroll down, you look, you see these are all for your wall art printables. This here can be for if you are doing a print on demand item and you have a design like an SVG file that you want to display, so someone who is going to buy your sweatshirt would see what your design would look like on a shirt. You would go here. And these mock-ups, you can just change them out, change the files out so they can see all the different ways that they can buy a sweatshirt from you. So that's for those who do printable, print on demand. But for those of us who you just, buy the digital files and print them at home or at a print shop, we would go with something like this wall art here. Or see here, we would do, here's a mock-up for an app or a website. Basically the same thing as what I did for my digital planner. But if you see here, here's a really awesome one for wedding invitations and place settings. And this one here would be good for planner pages or just individual pages that you would have. So you see, they've already done all the staging. They've already done all the photography for you. All you got to do is just add your artwork in. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you go down, we go into my PowerPoint here. I've got a couple design ideas for you. So I'm going to show you first how I design them without a mock-up. So I take just a regular picture, just a picture background, just something to kind of fill in a little bit of coloring in the back. And then I go in here. So I would first upload this picture. And then I would go and upload these particular items that I want to display. So it would go into insert pictures and then find whatever you want and then add them into here. So let me show you a little bit of how I would do this. So you would go ahead and upload your picture you want, and then you would want to upload, I'm going to use something different to kind of give you an idea. So we're just going to add in a calendar page. Okay, so I would take this image. So when you go to save your printables after it's done, after you've created them, I always save each individual printable as a JPEG file. And that's what you saw here. So when I made this calendar in PowerPoint, I saved each slide or each page as an individual JPEG file. So I can show you how to do that if you don't know. But you just basically, when you go to save your file, you just save it as JPEG, and it will save all of your slides in one individual folder. And then you can go in and select which one you want to display. So these were all saved, and I went in and I just added this one to the picture, sized it down to about what these other ones are. And then if I wanted to display this with it, what I would do is just add it to the picture. But to give it a little bit of dimension, this is what I wanted to show you. You're going to go to Format Picture, and you're going to go over to this second one here, and you're going to go to Shadow, and this has some presets for you. So I like to just do the center one here, which shows the shadow on all the way around the picture. Now obviously if you have a light source coming from above, then you'd want to do like a shadow that is showing only on the bottom. But for now, I just imagine you're looking straight down on it, so the shadows are going to be all around. Now this is a pretty dark shadow around here. I probably wouldn't use that particular preset and leave it like that. I would actually blur. Sorry, we're using the wrong. We're working on this one. So we're just gonna, there we go. So you're gonna select the image you want, and then you're just gonna change the transparency of the shadow. Do you see how that goes? My preference is 80. That's not something that, I mean, that's not a, deal breaker, but I like the look of 80% transparency. And so I would add that in, and you see it just kind of lifts off the page a little bit. These have their shadows in there, and it just kind of separates it from the background picture. But it's just an idea of just popping it onto a picture and uploading it like this. So you see that this is what you're getting, these printables, and they're pretty much ready to go. I mean, they look like you just printed them out and took a picture on them, of them. Same thing for here. This is my printable motivational pages. I'm not sure exactly what they were called, but it's something that I took each individual picture and I uploaded all of them. I added a little bit of shadowing to them and just kind of scattered them around the page. So you can see they're pretty clear. You can kind of get a good eye on what these are. They look appealing. So this is something that you can do without using a mock-up. You can just use any background picture. Again, I used the same one that I had up here. You can do just a regular, if you want to do this, you could just do a regular shape. Just to give you an idea. Move it off here so I can grab a picture. So if you want to do a shape fill, you can do, I'd say, yellow, let's just say, and we'll, you know what, that's not going to work because these are not individual items. So, I mean, you could do this as the background. This is all one picture, so that's why I'm not going to be able to show you how this would look. But if you were to just take out this background here and just pop these onto a regular shape, that with the color of your choice, that would look really good. I think those would really pop really nicely. But if not, you can just use a regular picture to pop those onto. Anything that you want to do, you could do just plain white and really make those pop. That's an option too. And then this one here has just a little bit of added text to it. So you would upload, this is a printable for a period tracker. I added a little bit of arrows to kind of direct your eye over to some of the information that this printable helps solve problems, and it just tells you a little bit about what this printable is. I like this, it's not mock-up, but I like this imagery because it just gives me a little bit, just looking at the printable, you might know what it is, but this just really kind of takes it home for you. So I love this style. These here are pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to worry too much about it. But something like here, where it's a little more in detail, you might want to know a little bit more of what this is. So these are the 3 ways that I would add my printables to a picture or to a shape to just create my own image of what I am selling or what I am giving away. But you can use mock-ups as well. So this is a very basic mock-up for a wall art photo. And this is something that I use quite often on my printable shop for kids. I sell a ton of wall art, so I use imagery like this, mock-ups like this, and it just kind of puts your printable in a room and gives them an idea of what it would look like in their own home. So that's one wall art or one mock-up that's pretty popular. Another mock-up is something like this, which is what we talked about earlier, my digital planner, obviously I'm not going to print that out. So I want to show this is what you would see if you were to open this up in your computer or your laptop or your iPad. This is just an idea. And then I threw in here, I have digital stickers that go with this planner, and this is just to show you that this set comes with stickers. And then I add some text here and some just stuff to make it a little bit prettier and also give it some more information and details. But this is a mock-up, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then this is the same thing. So I just added, it's just a little bit different version of a mock-up. More information here. But all of this, it just gets entered into these are already pre-designed, and you can just buy them and, you know, add in your imagery. So to just give you an idea of how I would do that with a mock-up, let me jump right back into here. So let's do, you can buy mock-ups on Etsy, obviously, as you saw here. So if you wanted to do that, you could, but I don't do that hardly ever anymore because I have my subscription to Creative Fabrica, which I love. I spend a certain amount each month and I can download as many as I want of what I need. So right now I looked up, I saw this mock-up for wall art, and I thought this was really neat. And so what I would do was I would just say, yep, this is what I want, kind of scroll through, read the information, and then I would download. And it should show down here that it's downloading, and as soon as it does, there we go. So it's opening up in a zip file. So what I would do is I'd go down to here, go into my downloads, and then I would extract this. So I would right click on your zipped file, extract all. You're going to go to your browse and you're going to find where you want to extract these, where you want the inside files to go. So I know what it is. It's from Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to go into my Creative Fabrica folder. I'm going to go down to my mockup folders, and then I'm going to go to my frame folder, and that's where I want it to go. So I'm going to select folder and extract. So this particular thing, what I just downloaded is right where I want to go. So I just always delete this. And then now when I want to upload it into PowerPoint, you're going to go to Insert, Picture, and you're just going to find where you put it. So I'm going to go back up to Desktop, Creative Fabrica, and then we're going to do Mockups, Frames, and here they are, right here. So there's two different types of mockups. So I'm going to download both of these, or I'm going to insert both of these into my page here so you can see. So the first one, let's see, we're going to do this. This might be a little bit easier to show you. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to delete this one, and then, okay, so now we have both of them, two separate ones. So if you can see, this one here does not have a I guess you say transparent background. And so these ones you're going to do a little bit more manually, whereas this one you can insert the pictures. The pictures are hollow inside, and so you're just going to upload what you have here. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So you're going to find your picture that you want to upload. On this one, let's see here. Let's go ahead and do okay, so what I would do if I were to upload an imagery into something like this, what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of line it up where you want it to go. And these things kind of, you have to kind of fit them into the frame. And so now that it's fitted pretty well into the frame, what you're going to do is you're going to probably do this with these other two as well, but we're just going to go with just one here. And then you're going to select this image here, and then you're going to bring it forward. So you're just going to bring it forward, and it automatically frames around there. So if you see when you move it around, it's going to see through that frame. So your image is right inside there. However, if you were to do the same thing over here it's a little different because they're not hollowed out. I know there's technical terms for this, but I can't find them now. So for an image like this, for a mock-up like this, where it doesn't have a hollowed out background, then you're just going to do pretty much the same thing, but you're going to change one little feature here. This is going to stay at the front. This will not, you are not going to move this image to the back or move it up to the front. It's going to stay in the back. This image will stay in the front. So that's the difference, whereas this image is in the back, this is in the front. So when you move it, you know, you can kind of see how that does that. But in this one, since this is the front, and there is no hollowed out back end of this picture frame, you're going to pretend that it is. You're gonna create this in a way that it looks like it's actually inset into the frame. So how to do that is that you're going to go back into formatting your picture, right click, format picture, and this will pop up, and you're going to go over here to your effects tab and shadow, and this time we're going to do an inner shadow. So as you can see, the shadow is now looking like it's on the inside, so this picture looks inset. And then you're going to change your transparency to give it just that look that you want, and we'll just go with about 80. So now it looks like it's actually inside the frame. So that's how you do a mock-up. I mean, it's really that simple. There's not a whole lot of different, I mean, if you were to do a sweatshirt or something like that, obviously you'd have a little bit different. But let me show you one more feature, and this is a mock-up for printables that you can get. I bought this from another blogger, and you can pretty much, what you can do is, this is through Canva, which I can do a tutorial for you if that's something you would like. But you would take whatever you've uploaded your files, this is a planner I have, and you just drag it over, and it just fits itself into whatever one of these you want it to fit into. So it works really nice. It takes a lot of the work out for you, and you just add in your text, whatever you want to go here. It's really, really nice. Let me see here if I can. I don't have any horizontal images to put into here, but yeah, here we go. This would be one of my digital files. So this would show you, this is what it would look like on a desktop. You know, same thing for a laptop. And then you would do something that's a little more suited for an iPad, and of course you have your phone here. And these printables these mock-ups come with all kinds of different designs, and you can buy these, and I'll try and link to some of my favorite mock-ups so you can kind of see if there's something that would interest you. And then they have some that are stylized, so obviously you would put this right into here, so it looks like you're sitting at your desk, and this is what you would look like. This is what your product would look like in their home. So mock-ups are great. I really do love them. It saves a ton of time, but you don't have to use them because obviously they do cost money. So you can do a mock-up like this, or you can do something that you just make on your own and just throw in and make your own designs here. As you can see on my Etsy shop here, I've done it all kinds of different ways, and I just play around with them and see which ones I like. And then if you go into my listings, I've done different ones. So I might have this as the first picture, but then if you go in and look at the multiple pictures I have on Etsy, they're designed different ways. So just to kind of give you an idea of how to display your printables and how to make these easy for you, because when you download them, you definitely want to make sure that you've got beautiful listing images or just beautiful images to showcase what you've worked on. And that's how you do it. So if this is something that made sense to you, that's great. If not, you have some more questions, leave a question in the comment and I will get back to you. If you want a more detailed tutorial on anything that I went over, let me know and I'll make a video for you. But for now, I believe that's it, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, so this one I don't actually have as a picture. I saved this as a transparent background, so this will be a little bit, we're gonna have to use something different. Let's see here, let's insert